Okay, this is my June week one budget reconciliation for my cash envelopes. I had 4 goals for the week, and it was to spend a maximum of $75 in grocery, $20 in household, $20 in restaurant, and $20 in personal. So we'll see how well I did. Not too well. I'll just go ahead and put that out there for you. But anywho, I did stay vigilant. I did do my expense tracker this week, and this is normally what I don't do when it comes to my cash envelope. So I'm zooming you in so you can see what I spent my money on in the past week. There was very little frivolous spending this particular week, and which is good. And I didn't take money from one envelope to pay back another envelope or to buy things for another category, which is typically what I do. I'll spend up all my restaurant money in one week, and then I go into like the groceries or my personal money to subsidize that. So we can see here where I did have an overage, because my maximum for groceries was $75, but I actually spent $83.26 at Aldi's alone on groceries, and I really stocked up on meats and other items to kind of take me through the week and to make sure that I wasn't spending any money in the restaurant, because I would have everything at home. So now I do, and that is what happened with that particular category. And then I did picked up some other things from Walmart. There's some things that my sons like, and I think it was like some burritos or something that I picked up from there for them, and that came to a total of $5.73. I went to a store called Ollie's. I've only been there twice. I'm still getting used to that particular store, but I did find some things I needed for the house for $13.26, and some groceries, which is really like some veggie straws. I found this really huge container of veggie straws, which was pretty interesting to see something that big. So I don't have to buy any veggie straws anytime soon. I spent $10 on laundry last week, and then Barnes & Noble. Personal, this is really more for like career development. My manager recommended that I read a book called Crucial Conversations, so I went to Barnes & Noble's and I bought it for $19.76. The next thing was $3.12. When I went to Barnes & Noble's, I forgot my lunch that day, and so I stopped by Walmart and I bought a pot pie. I wasn't quite sure if that's groceries or personal. I stuck it in personal. Not sure which, still not sure, but that's where I took the money from to pay for it. And then I remembered that there was a women's forum that I volunteer for every year, and the color was black and white, and I didn't have an all white shirt, so I stopped by Burlington to get a shirt, and I got also a sweater because it's normally pretty cool in the auditorium, and some earrings for like $45.85 out of my personal money. And so these three together put me over the $20 I was supposed to spend for the week, because I remembered that my manager wanted me to read that book for FY20, but I didn't remember, well, no, I didn't know until that day what the color was going to be. So not necessarily anybody's fault or anything, but I didn't know what I didn't know. But anywho, the next thing I did, out of my sinking funds, I purchased a Erin Condren deluxe planner. I've been wanting to try one of those for a while, and I had saved some money up in my sinking funds with Capital One 360, I think that's what it's called. And so I used $91.27 for that. And once I get it, I'll happily show y'all, because I like planners. I like all things planner related, which is, I know there are quite a few people on YouTube who like it, but in real life it's hard to find other people who do like that. I also spent $14.70 and an Etsy shop to get like a budget sticker kit for the month of July, which I'm going to set up there. And I also got a 15% off coupon from Uniquely Sean yesterday, so I'm going to keep that so I can buy another one for the month of August. This one's going to be really pretty, and it'll save me some time doing that. On June 7th, I spent $16 at a restaurant called Stacks. Stacks is a breakfast place. This was a group outing, and this was what I was trying not to do. Well, what I wanted to do if I had to go to a restaurant, I wanted it to be for a work-specific function and not necessarily because I'm tired and I don't want to cook when I get home, or I'm tired and I don't want to take my lunch in the morning or something like that. You know, no excuses, but something that's kind of mandatory and I can't get out of it. And I can't get out of the group functions when we have the group lunches and things like that because it's actually tied into my bonus. It's one of the categories, so I have to kind of be there. And then today I have a couple of expenses. I didn't spend anything on Saturday, so, and I've been trying to think and see if I spent anything on Saturday. I don't remember doing anything like that. And I know I got a tank of gas on Friday, but that's not a cash envelope. It's a I actually used my debit card for that, and so I marked it here. But on my Happy Planner and my no spends, I didn't count that. So for this particular week, I got 3 no spends, and I did meet 2 for the week. So the household I met, and the restaurant I met. Personal and groceries I went over, so I kind of failed in those 2 areas. And there is a bird outside of my window going nuts, which just scared me a little bit. But so I did get 50% right on my first week. So I'm going to set up for my weekly check-in. I decided that I want to try setting that up here in my Happy Planner. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep hitting this pole here. Just zoom out as much as I can to get this set up. And I decided I'm going to put this in my Happy Planner as a part of the check-in process from one week to the next. So that way I continue to stay accountable, and I keep doing, I get better at this. This is my first month ever checking my cash envelopes and monitoring and staying within, because typically week 1 I have eaten out every day, and I have spent up, couldn't find my my card, so I'm gonna have to go in my wallet and get a Borders card. I can't find my coffee card. Got a Starbucks card from someone at work once, and I use it to cut washi with and can't find where I put it. This is what happens when you clean off your desk. When you leave things junky, everything seems to be where you want it to be. But anyway, this is my first time actually tracking my cash envelopes, and I'm going to do a weekly check-in. So far so good. It's been really, I've been on top of it. I haven't been doing any of the things. Like, I am checking up on myself, and I am making sure that I am thinking twice before I make a purchase, which I normally don't do. If it's in cash, it's like, what's in cash is not going back to my checking, so I'm not affecting how I pay my bills. But it also affects how I, if I have anything left over to put to bills. And so I'm going to set this up real quick. Sorry about that, my camera cut off, but what I said I was going to do was get the total of the categories on here and put them on my sheet. I'm going to leave out the sinking funds because I need to do a separate reconciliation and figure out where all the money is, and get a total for everything. I got to get that straightened out, but I'm going to focus on from 6.2 to 6.7, and I'm going to exclude the sinking fund purchases. The 6.9 are going to like the week 2, and I have some receipts I need to log there. So I'm going to get my calculator out and zoom back in again. So hopefully this makes reading what I'm writing easier on you. And I apologize for being so far out the first time. And I'm hoping that I'm speaking loud enough and I don't have to do a voiceover where it sounds like I'm shouting. Naturally, I'm not a loud person, and this makes so much racket when I'm using it. It drives me nuts. Whew, let's hope that's even. Plus 436. Still makes a sound, but I'm okay. So I spent $93.35. Subtract that, 152, 58. I'm gonna drop off the change, but it's 58.65 was what I had to spend. Household was one item, $13.26. So that was 50 minus 13.26. It's 36.74. I keep all my change together and I really just focus on the bills. With laundry, I spent $10. And I just go into the change and I use it on any category. So I had $40 left over for laundry. Restaurant, I spent $16. I'm really proud of myself with the restaurants because that is my problem area. I'm so sorry. I hit the stand again. 40 minus 16, and so I had $24. I should have been able to do that math in my head, but the older I get, the more I find I don't want to do any kind of math at all. So $19.76, $3.12 at Walmart, and $45.85. And for the $45.85, I should have used my sinking funds for this, and that's another thing, is I have sinking funds for certain categories, and I'll get in a store and I just don't want to pull out my debit card. I'm still not to a point where I trust myself in a store, because the way my brain works is that the maximum amount of spend is the maximum amount in the account, which is not how it works. So everything is logged, and so this is my ending balance to work with for week 2. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a super fantastic day.